Satyamada Dharmacharan. Good morning, friends. Suprabhat. I am Vipul Kumar. Welcome all of you. Today, news desk on income tax, GST, and corporate laws. Let's cover news on income tax. Mumbai Tribunal in a case MCI regulation not applicable to pharmaceutical companies, freebies to medical practitioners were allowable. In this case, where assessing officer during regular assessment had consciously formed an opinion that out of sales promotion expenses incurred by assessee pharma company, only those expenses incurred for giving gift to doctors were liable to be disallowed under section 37 subsection 1. Reassessment proceeding initiated not on basis of any fresh tangible material or any new information was to be quashed for want of jurisdiction. Second decision taken in this case, expenses wholly and exclusively incurred by a pharmaceutical company in normal course of its business towards gifts as product reminders, travel facilities of doctors, conference of doctors, or similar freebies to medical practitioner or their professional association would not be hit by explanation 1 to section 37 subsection 1. Next decision taken in this case, excess wastage of raw material would not ipso facto lead to an inference of suppressed or unaccounted production carried out by assessee. He deors any material evidencing factum of suppressed unaccounted production carried out by assessee. Next decision taken in this case for allowing claim for deduction under section 80 IB verification and authentication of claim by auditor in a statutory form 10 CCB is a mandatory requirement. This is not satisfied in case addition is made to in assessee hands towards suppressed production. Claim of deduction could not be consequentially raised. Another case, Gujarat High Court held in a case contrived loss allowed by the ITAT on basis of material on record didn't require any interference. Gujarat High Court held in this case wherein block assessment proceedings tribunal finding that assessee had already disclosed quantitative loss by making necessary entry in his books of account allowed assessee claim for deduction of the same order so passed did not require any interference. Another case in transfer pricing, Delhi Tribunal, no requirement of the withholding tax while making payment of reimbursement of expenses incurred by associated enterprise outside India. In this case, where in respect of the purchase of raw material from associated enterprise, transfer pricing officer made certain addition to assessee arm's length price by applying transaction net marginal method in view of fact that assessee had not given full data in support of its contention that ALP was to be determined on basis of comparable uncontrolled pricing method. Impugned edition was to be deleted and matter was to be remanded back for disposal afresh. Another case, next decision taken in this case, where assessee made payment of certain expenditure incurred abroad in foreign currency without deducting tax at source, and thus said expenditure was disallowed by TPO in view of fact that a major part of the side expenses was towards reimbursement of expenses incurred by associated enterprises outside India, and thus tax was not required to be deducted on same. Impugned disallowance was to be deleted. And next case, Madras High Court Some received as a security for providing corporate guarantee couldn't be treated as deemed dividend. In this case, where SSE received certain amount from subsidiary company as advance towards security for providing corporate guarantee, it would not be brought to tax as deemed dividend under section 222 clause E. CBDT issued guideline for implementation of the Faceless Assessment Scheme 2019 on 14th August 2020. In this guideline, CBDT has rolled out Faceless Assessment Scheme that eliminate the physical interference between an assessing officer and assessee in September 2019. The scope of the Faceless Assessment Scheme was further extended by notification number 60 upon 2020 dated 13th August 2020. Now the board had issued detailed guideline for the implementation of the scheme and role of the residual charges in this regard. Let's cover news on the GST. Advance Authority ruling Maharashtra. Paver blocks laid in parking area qualify as immovable property. ITC is not available. Maharashtra Advance Authority ruling in this case, where applicant engaged in the providing warehouses, storage and support services belonging to automobile industry, has purchased paver block which are laid in parking area to ensure efficient and safe parking to automobiles in view of fact that applicant has itself built an immovable property parking for which it has received goods, that is the paver blocks as per provision of section 17 subsection 5d, applicant could not avail ITC in respect of same. Another ruling by Madhya Pradesh, lift procured and installed in a hotel building qualify as immovable property, ITC not allowable. In case of the construction of a hotel, lift becomes an integral part of the building. And thus in terms of section 17.5, the benefit of ITC would not be available in respect of the tax paid on purchase of lift. Hyderabad state juice of aloe vera and amla classifiable under heading 2009 while their powders are covered under heading 1309. In this case, aloe vera juice and amla juice were classifiable under heading 2009, being later entry of the two heading number 1302 and 2009, and aloe vera powder and amla powder were classifiable under heading 1309. Commissioner Appel Jaipur, invoices rectified after filing of the refund claim are valid invoices for grant of refund claim. Commissioner Appel Jaipur held in this case. In this case, address and GSTIN of the recipient were missing on tax invoices at the time of filing refund, which are mandatory particulars to be furnished in tax invoice. Assessing submitted rectified invoice in reply to the deficiency memo by typing such missing details on original invoices. The additional commission appeals allowed assessors to submit rectified invoice before adjudicating authority for verification, who may sanction refund if same is found in order. Another case, National Anti-Profiteering Authority. Restaurant services provider guilty of the profiteering for increasing base price of product despite rate reduction. In this case, where in respect of restaurant services, respondent did not pass on commensurate benefit of tax deduction in rate of GST with effect from 15 November 2017 to customers as it had increased base price of its product. There was contravenes the provision of section 121 subsection 1 and thus respondent was liable to penal action under section 121 3A. Another case, Kerala High Court, material brought from outside state Kerala for plant erection in Kerala is interstate work contract not taxable in Kerala. Whereas the enter into contact with a company named KMC for delivery and erection of a 3-stage Nord-wheeler plant at Kerala. An entire material for plant were sourced from Singapore and Kolkata. First contact instituted by respondent SSC was an interstate work contract and a state barely for reason that plant was erected within the state could not levy tax on transfer of goods. NIC released concept note on the e-invoice system. National Informatics Center responsible for building e-invoice system has released a document explaining in a detailed procedure on how e-invoice system could work. E-invoicing new API version 1.03 is released. Read detail in the release note. NIC has released new API for e-invoicing to be mandatory for companies having turnover more than 500 crore from 1st October 2020. Let's cover news on the banking. Madras High Court, partnership firm ought to be made an accused in a check dishonor case involving a partnership firm. High Court held that in a check dishonor case involving a partnership firm, complaint cannot be maintained against partners of firm without making partnership firm as an accused in complainant. Another news from RBI. RBI revised guideline applicable for core investment companies. RBI has issued report of the working group to review the regulatory and supervisory framework for core investment companies constituted under the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Government of India. Based on the recommendation of the working group and input received from stakeholders, it has been decided to revise the guideline applicable for core investment companies. RBI issues master circular on system based asset classification urban cooperative banks. In order to improve the efficiency, transparency and integrity to the asset classification process, RBI has decided to implement system based asset classification in urban cooperative banks. Urban cooperative banks having total asset of 2,000 crore or above as on March 31st, 2020 shall implement system-based asset classification with effect from June 30, 2020. SEBI appoint GB Garg as an executive director. Thank you so much for watching news days on income tax, GST and corporate laws. Please share your comments in comments box or share professional colleagues or students so that they can get a regular update on income tax, GST, international taxation, FEMA, company law, SEBI. Thank you so much for watching this news channel. Thank you.